So I think I mentioned before that I had made a fun soil dig box. You can see it's already kind of trampled down. I grew some wheatgrass in there. It's pretty much some cocoa soil and a couple different organic potting soils. But yeah, I definitely didn't buy enough, so it's pretty low. So I tried to make it easier for them to get in. But so far only Fizbin has gone in, but it's been really nice to see him doing some natural digging, just kind of, he seems to be really enjoying it. Tribble hasn't really gone in yet. I'm not sure if that's because of Fizbin. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Please go in so I can fix that. I'm afraid they're gonna fall, but I also am afraid to really touch that because Fizbin's on it. And I don't want to get bit. I may have mentioned in the last video that I thought things were going much better with my whole glove theory. Well, literally less than 2 minutes after I stopped that recording, Fizbin proved me very wrong by giving me my worst bite yet through the gloves. So at this point, I'm really not sure what I'm gonna do about him. I feel like it's been recommended by multiple breeders that I put him down. A lot of people have told me that it's likely not gonna be worth it to try to neuter him, that it likely won't work. Basically that it's a lot of money to pay for something that is highly likely to not work and is also highly likely to kill him. So basically they're recommending that I not do it and that I just put him down. And then I've also had someone recommend that I just keep him in this cage by himself. Which, I mean, it's not the tiniest cage in the world. He could live in there and probably be okay. But, and I guess I could just let him have time out alone with me just not in here. Because I'm planning, if Fizbin's not in the picture, to get a few young rats from a breeder to put in the Tribble to give him some company and some good role models from some well-socialized rats. But I just don't know what to do about Fizbin because at this point I don't think I'll ever trust him because he's just really hurt me many times with very little reason to, and his aggression towards me is just skyrocketed, and so I don't really know what I'm gonna do there. So I don't know, I'm trying to give him a good life, and I mean I could just in theory keep him in this cage here and think it's big enough for one rat, and I could put some stuff in there, some enrichment to kind of liven it up for him, but I don't know, there's a part of me that just feels like, I don't know, I always feel like I need to give my animals the very best life I can, and I don't know if that's the best life he could have, and if he does have hormonal aggression, then I don't know that leaving him this way where he's really tense and unhappy, I don't know, that doesn't really feel right either, so I'm honestly totally at a loss. So I guess, I mean, I started growing this a couple weeks ago, but I guess I'm just trying to give him as much little bits of joy that I can while I figure out, you know, what's gonna happen to him. Because, I mean, I just don't think we can keep going on this way. I mean, I guess he could live the rest of his life just in a small cage and either not coming out at all or only coming out alone and living alone, but I'd feel really bad, you know, forcing him into isolation. But I also, I don't know, I've had a lot of recommendations that it just wouldn't be worth the risk to neuter him. So I just don't really know what I'm gonna do. I was hoping they'd be more into this. Fizbin was into it for a little bit. Now he seems to be more into ramming around. And Tribble seems a little spooked by it. I think it's because it took me a while to figure out a layout that was stable, and this is still kind of slippy slidey. I'm not really sure. He is more hesitant, which is funny because he used to be the brave one until Fizbin came out of his shell, and then he kind of retreated a little bit. And Fizbin goes up. I'm tempted if I could get Tribble to come out to close the door and leave Fizbin in there so that Tribble could maybe come and play a little more. But I feel like in the past when I've tried to let Tribble out without Fizbin, he just wants to get back into the cage. I think he's just a little timid and he needs a braver rat around, but I think the braver rat that I want to have around for him is definitely one that isn't aggressive and that isn't going to have a problem with me, because that's an issue. Sorry, this is a little close to the edge, so I just have a piece of plexiglass here to stop him from jumping out. Nope. Which is not great, not ideal, but I couldn't really find a good spot, and he clearly wants out. And I am not trying to get bit again. So, like I said, this is all kind of a very difficult situation that I just don't know what to do about. Sorry, I probably, maybe I should have taken some stuff out of here before I put this in here, because now all the tall stuff is too close to the edges and I'm worried about him trying to jump out. Because he's done it before. And that was before he started biting. And the last thing I need is an aggressive rat loose in my basement. Because that would be super fun trying to catch him. Anyway, maybe I'll try and get some more video if either of them go back in, but see, this is kind of what he does when he's loose, is he hangs out near the thing and he just obsesses over me, and given any opportunity, he tries to bite me. So, and he bites hard and he holds on. He is still scratching a lot, even though they've been treated for mites for quite a while now, so he really shouldn't have them anymore, but I don't know. Kind of at my wit's end. I guess I don't really know what else to say about it. He can be very cute when I'm not anywhere near him, but you know, I kind of would rather have a pet that I can like exist in the same space with without him immediately trying to bite me at every turn. So, I don't know. We'll see if they enjoy the dig box anymore. This was supposed to be a fun video, but it kind of got a little melancholy. Just thinking of what I'm going to do about Fizbin. Come on, Tribble, go in there. It's fun. I tried to just pick him up and put him in, but Fizbin was already in there, so he kind of... Part of it is he's not super confident out of the cage because Fizbin tends to bully him right back into the cage every time he comes out, so... I really don't want to have to lug this all the way back upstairs. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording for now. Here's Fizbin doing a little digging. I sprinkled some dried mealworms in there to get him sniffing around, which he seems to be enjoying. And of course, a whole new area to explore, and he likes the box, but I guess that's rats for you. He's mostly on a mealworm hunt right now, but earlier he was digging all over the place. I think if I'd thought to put the mealworms in before I got them out, I would have kind of partially submerged them so they would have had to dig for them a little bit. But you live and you learn. That'll have to be what I do next time. But either way, he seems to be enjoying it. It's nice to see them kind of indulge their natural behaviors. He's really going to town. Tribble, I can't believe you don't want to get in on this. But yeah, for all the sprouts, there's only about 1 packet of wheatgrass in here that's sprouted, but there's like 2 more packets in there that were planted but haven't sprouted. I planted them like a good week apart because I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing, but I figured that'll give them something to dig for.